Hello, good evening and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafenda. Now, as you know guys, we've been a little bit stuck for space down on the farm because we've got too many crops and not enough land. But there is land there to be reclaimed and to utilise. And on today's show we're going to be doing a bit more of that. A couple of days ago, I think maybe last week actually, we created a sort of brick built bed with all the bricks that we reclaimed from the plot. They were hiding up at the top end there, and we made a bed with them. We're doing the same again today, but we're also putting in a little path that connects the two of them, between the two of them. And the idea is we're going for a sort of traditional kind of Edwardian potager style setup up at the top end. That's what we're aiming for. But first, to create that space, we've got to move some trees. There are 3 trees in the way. Luckily, not very massively established trees, but they do need to be moved. And also, I've got the compost up there at the top that's been in for a good 2 or 3 years now, rotting down. So I'm going to be shifting that as well. Magical Mick Derbyshire gives us a hand today, which is very good of him. And also, a great shout out, big shout out to Henry from Old Mac Derby's farm, Magical Mick's mate Henry there, and mine. And he's back out of hospital now after his heart scare. He's on the mend. He's on the mend, and it was fantastic to see Henry this morning. So anyway, let's get back up to the plots with me brother Beelo and Magical Mick Derbyshire, and we'll see what they're up to. I think it's compost first. We'll empty the Daleks. So we've just removed one of the Daleks, me and Mick, and that's what we've discovered inside there. That's the one that's been rotting down now for quite some time. Obviously we've been putting wood chips and rabbit bedding on as well, and there's plenty of worms in it, widdly worms. Also ants, there's ants in there as well. But we'll sort it out, because that's good, isn't it? That's good black gold, that. We'll see what's in that one. He's just got some new additions. Well, they've actually had a move really from the top up there to down here in this bed. So we've got the apple tree, the Malus domesticus, and a pear tree, a conference pear tree there. So yeah, and I've transported the cherry tree that all the birds, the pigeons usually eat all the cherries. That's gone up to the top there where Mr. Horrocks' plot up at the top. He's had that. Anyway, let's get back up to the top and see what Mick's up to. He's probably got a brew on actually. Here he is, Magical Mick. Yeah, that looks totally different, doesn't it? Looks totally different, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've got rid of it.
Yeah. What's his name? Oryx. What's his? I can't remember his first name. At the top.
Yeah.
He's had it. Andy, that's it. The treasurer. The keeper of the keys. Yeah. Right. Richie Sunak. He's had it. Yeah, so we've cleared all this area out. Me and Mick's just put a path down the centre there with those little sort of 9" by 9" square flags that we got off Joe when he took his path out. So that's going to go in there. It's just going onto the earth, so we're just going to stomp them in. It's an allotment plot in it, it'll do. Get it something like. And then again run the herringbone bricks down the side there, get another bedding into here, same as that one really, more or less. That's the plan. You'll have to forgive the hedge trimmer in the background, but we're getting there. Knackered. I've used the little 9" pavers to create the step ups as well, So they're sort of like dropped into the ground rather than laid flat. Not 100% level. I've not got my spirit level, and I've not got a rubber hammer either. So we've had to make do. But you can see, you get the picture, don't you? A bed has been created, trees have been moved, ground has been levelled, compost has been harvested. You don't want that in there though, do we? Eh? That's the other thing I've got to watch now, because it's going to be full of weed, that. So I'm going to have to really keep on top of the weeding up at this top end. Look at that. I pulled a load of this out. But there's only so much you can do without going insane. I'm going to cover that up actually with... I'm not going to put the weed membrane on it. I'm just going to keep on top of the weeding. Promise myself that. And then gradually it'll weaken the plants. As any weed pops up, I'm going to cut its head off. Every other day I'm going to have to weed these beds, this bed. That one, as you remember from before, I've put that spongy weed membrane on. And it's going to get the buckets on as well. So as we've done here, the buckets are going to go all the way up the top. So we're going to put another 12 buckets in there with the onions in. But that bed, the compost that we've created on site over the last couple of years is in there, and it's beautiful. It's a nice rich compost. Not completely and utterly rotted down. In fact, that's not going to be going in the mix, is it? But look at that organic material. That's nice, that's good. So that's going to be going in to here. Yeah, and so integrated in with the soil, that compost. And we're going to get some plants in. Whew. I might well put it in and then cover it actually for the time being with the bags. And then I'll get the onions into there and try and finish off today with that. But yeah, I will actually. I'll put the compost in and then cover it all over with the plastic bags, because we've got a load of these. I'm going to expose the sweet corn bed that I've got over there and put the bags on to here. But that's like 7 feet by just under 4 feet, 3'10", measured it. I like that little path as well, with the little steps. It's going to have to fill in a few gaps and make it a bit more level on the outside of it, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's not 100% flat and level, but I like it. It's like a rustic look in it. It's like an old Victorian look to it. Right. 3 hours ago, there were 3 trees there. I think we've done all right. Looks good, doesn't it? I'm going to cover it up though, so it'll not look as good. It'll look like that one. I'm going to clear them bricks away from there as well. I'm going to put a path down here. I don't know whether to do it today or to get the onions out. I think I'll get the onions out today. But yeah, quite pleased with that. You know, I'm going to have to sort this path out now though, aren't I? I create jobs for myself, me. But I've got 6 2-foot square pavers that I can put down there. Along there. Toby's got loads of them, but it's getting them from his house. I suppose I could put them in the car now. He's a whimsical will-o'-the-wisp, is that guru. My brother Velo up there at the plots. You'll see, he changes his mind not more often than he changes his underpants. Alright, bit of a change of plan. I'm not gonna cover that bed up, although there are rhizomes under the ground in the form of all sorts of naughty weeds. I'm just going to cut their heads off, like I said before. I'm going to get them as they appear and then weaken the plants, constantly weed it, and utilise that ground, because it's good soil, that good compost. I've got to get these red onions out. There's loads of them in here. Loads of red barons. So let's get them in. Why not, eh? Let's get them in. There we go. Trees in the morning and a traditional onion bed. Victorian style onion bed in the afternoon. That's what happens on this plot. All sorts of shenanigans. There's 60 Red Baron in there. The Red Baron onions in there. I've just brushed some sand into that path as well. Let it wash in. And there they are. Let's give them a water. It's looking like it's going to rain anyway. It's due for a good shower. But I just thought I'd get them all in. Like neat little soldiers, all in a row. Yeah, 60 in there. Actually, there's more than that, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there's 6 rows. There's 70 onions in there. I was telling you lies. No, there's not. What am I talking about? Yeah, 6 rows of 12 is 72 actually, isn't it? 72 onions there are in there. God, I used to be dead good at maths, me. What's going on? 72 onions of the Red Baron variety. That one's a bit crap, but all the rest of them are looking alright, aren't they? Stand him up straight. The prevailing winds come either from up there or from over there. Can't really weigh it up, but it's a relatively sheltered spot here. You've got all the hedgerows behind. So if it does come from this direction, they're not going to catch too much of the wind. They shouldn't be too bad. I think it kind of comes from that direction mostly, but the houses do block some of it. It comes whistling through here. You see the direction that mixed wind turbines pointing is Spitfire. That tends to be the way it sort of comes in this way. But no, they'll be alright in there, I think. I think they'll be fine in there. Quite like it too, that bed. We're going to get a third one in here. Triple threat. Just potted on the red cabbage, 5 of them, and 8 of the pak choi. Pak choi joy choy, it's called that. Not sure what the red cabbage is, but there it is. Because again, I'm freeing up space. I've had a bit of a shift around as well. They were getting too much water. I've got my fingers crossed still for the Greek Gigantes, but they've been in for a couple of weeks. And I hope I've not given them too much water and they've rotted off. That is the danger. So I've took all of these were in that tray. So I've took them out of there. There isn't any water, or there's barely any water in that they can get to at all in there now. So I'm going to let them dry out a little bit. See how they get on. Got kohlrabi at the back. That'll need splitting and potting on as well. Unless I can get it out. I need to get things out. I've got more onions than soft make me. And cucumbers. These cucumbers are going to go in this week. Into here. Which means I've got to get these potatoes out. Look at them shop pot. Look, that's the molehills. Do you remember when we got the molehills? And we put a shop bought potato that was past its best in. Put 2 in. I know the main croppers like, but they're miles ahead of these, and these were put in before these. These were better chitted though, to be fair. So I'm going to have to get them out. Our chilies and the bellboy there that we did the other day, and the tomatoes. Everything's looking alright, isn't it? Alright, so as the weekend draws to a close, James is jumping for joy. Can't wait to get back to school, can you? Go and do some skills. Look at that. Ninja. Right, have a great week. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the weekend. I'll leave you with the bouncing bunny rabbit. The were rabbiting. Half man, half rabbit, haven't you? Okay, catch you later, boys and girls. Have a great week, as I say. And look after yourselves and each other. Keep growing with your heads down. And remember, we love you all. Take care now. Bye-bye.